Welcome back to another video. Dead Ideal Boy here, and I am back nice and early on a Monday morning, having just taken part in a daily race B. I was feeling feeling quite productive after yesterday's live stream, so thought we'd jump in and have a quick race and see what the Bucati Cup at Monza was like this week. As you can see, I'm in a slightly strange split because my SR had dropped down to 89 after the shenanigans at Interlagos yesterday in those crazy old F1 cars. If you didn't catch the stream, it's on the channel, you can go back. There's a few good races to watch on there. But yeah, so I decided I would have a go in the Bugattis. You can see from the start right away though, there's been a problem for the cars behind. They've glitched or something, but they didn't get off the line. But we are going to just jump in. We've not done a quality lap on this. You can kind of remember off the top of my head what this race is like. Jump in a Bugatti and yeah, try not to get penalties, but that's going to be easier said than done. Right away though, we've got an issue. I don't know if that guy tried to take me out or what he was trying to do, but he clearly never seen me there. But here we go, trying to get round turn 1 at Monza, the big moment everybody's waiting for, the ghosting system doing a little bit of work there, and everybody seems to get through quite unscathed, which is quite surprising, to be honest with you. But Group 4 cars, they are slightly more forgiving than our Group 3 counterparts, so yeah, nice to see that we actually all made it through and shoved a little bit wide there by the Porsche, but again we managed to keep it on the track. So here we go, these chicanes at Monza are going to be these are what make or break your race. There we go, the guy who almost wiped me out in the straight, he's picked up the penalty, and that's what we're going to see as the theme of this race. It's all about the penalties. If you can try and stay clear of the penalties, then you will pick up places. It's as simple as that. So he's going to serve his half-second penalty as we just go round about him, just in case he unghosted at a unfortunate moment. But yeah, so this race, it's really just about putting your foot down in a Bugatti. I think there's other cars are available, but I mean this is going to be the OP car, certainly for qualifying as well. But it's really all about track limits, this race, and surviving turn 1. So we've managed to obviously survive turn 1, and we're completing the end of this lap, which was fairly solid. We've picked up a few places, and you can see up ahead the penalties are still to be served, and I just thought to myself at this point, try and avoid penalties, and we'll see where we go. So yeah, Monza, I mean, this combination just seems to come round so often. If it's not Group 3, which isn't that often to be fair, Group 3, but Group 4 Monza seems to be a firm favourite for PD when they're setting up the daily races. As you can see, the ghosting system working overtime again there. And at this point, to be honest with you, I'm trying to be very careful with my SR. I don't want any contacts. I do appreciate that I'm in a lower split, so I know I've got some D-rated drivers round about me, so I'm just being wary of that and braking a little bit earlier. Just, I don't want any sort of bumps from the back, just touches and nudges. You can see them, yeah, that's not how to take the chicane, and we can pick up another couple of places there. But yeah, that was really the big problem at Interlagos last week. It was, if you found yourself dropping down into a lower split, the braking became a bit erratic. You weren't expecting cars to brake when they brake, and you touch the back of them. As you can see, me just getting the power down too early and having a little bit of off time. But yeah, so I was trying to be really kind of super cautious in this race. A fairly big gap now ahead to the top 5, and again, starting ahead is crucial. Starting at the front in this race will be crucial. As you can see, the dirty tyres from my little excursion to the gravel not helping me there, but we managed to avoid the track limit penalties, so that was good. But yeah, qualifying in this race is potentially crucial, because if you can get away from the front, survive turn 1, then the madness can, you know, kind of split the pack quite easily behind you, and you can just end up in maybe a race between the top 2 or 3 cars. So there is some good racing to be had, I think, but yeah, just be mindful of those track limits, because they are going to come into play a lot, these penalties. You can see not a particularly quick lap, but again we were off into the gravel a few times there, so we'll just quickly speed through. You can see I've accidentally left my DRSR on from the stream we did, so that was the current position jumping into this race. You can see my SR at 89 as we take you on literally a flying lap of Monza. It's really all about just getting the power down early in the Bugatti. It's really planted, you know, so you can really just, you know, be aggressive on the accelerator. So you just got to, you know, be very, very committed to it. A better lap that time. So into the last lap, you can see we've still got a sizable gap ahead, but can we eat into that? Let's have a look and see. So we're going to come down here, braking at the 150 board, dropping down into second gear. Braked a little bit late there, sorry, but second gear through the chicane and get that foot down. As soon as your car's starting to square up, the four-wheel drive will kick in and you can get out of there pretty quickly. So that's key. That's absolutely key. Hitting the braking point, I would say just before the 150 mark is probably optimum for that. So coming down here, you'll see the brake marker, the orange board on the right hand side there, getting it down into third. You can be aggressive on that in these cars. You can kind of sweep through there in third gear without too much fuss. Keeping it in fourth here, drop it down into third just to get a little bit of punch out of the corner and into fourth. So 50 metre board, hit the brakes, keeping it in fourth and dropping it down into third again just to get the traction back. And you can see we've had the car in front serving a penalty, so you look at the delta, it's going to start coming down quickly now, because if you lose a second on that straight, it can add up to a lot. So here we are, we're braking hard into third gear, cutting a big chunk of that chicane into fourth, but we just cut just a pixel too much and we've got the 1 second penalty. So for all I was trying to do was trying to avoid those track limit penalties, because I think if I had, then I might have been able to be more, well, I don't think I would have caught fifth, to be fair, but you can see the problems that these cause. They can give you positions and take them away just as quickly. So yeah, that was that. Coming over the line to finish in P6, Super GT's favourite, and that was that. So I mean, it is what it is. It's only 4 laps. It's a short race. Yeah, there can be some good fun, good close racing to be had if you can do it right. You can see there's actually quite a selection of cars in there. I think sometimes you find in the lower splits that people just pick what car they like, and I don't blame them, to be fair. It can be quite fun from that point of view. I think once you get near the top split, then people are just going for the OP car because they want to grind DR, etc. But there's a lot of fun to be had out there this week on some of the, well, I mean, say Race C. I'm not that familiar with the track, so I'm not sure if I will be attempting that much. I'll need to learn the track from scratch, basically, if I'm going to have a go at that. But Race B is basically like a big Race A in terms of it's a familiar track. It's Group 4 cars. They're easy to drive, so hoping to see a lot of you out in the track. You know, feel free to add me on PlayStation, add to my friends list. I always like to see what people's times are, and if you've not added me, feel free to do so. The name is just the same as my track name on here and my channel name. So yeah, appreciate everybody who's taken the time to watch this particular race. Some chat there, a few apologies, etc., but that's just the way it's going to be. So thanks again for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you all out on the track. Hopefully maybe do another live stream this week, probably focusing on Race B, and we'll have some fun with that. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I will go and try and do some work now. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you guys all for the next video. Bye bye.
I don't drink or